the exercise of leadership right now, it's always experimental, right? Leadership is an experimental art form, we believe. Leadership, again, to me, leadership is about adaptive challenges. Adaptive challenges don't have known answers. So therefore, by definition, you're experimenting. And we experiment when we exercise leadership, not to solve, but to learn, right? To get more data, to learn what didn't work. That's just as valuable as learning what works. So leadership is always kind of an experimental art form. But one thing we're feeling right now is that we're often in adaptive challenges. Leadership is, you experiment to disrupt things. You experiment to disrupt control. You experiment to disrupt the equilibrium in the system. In a moment like this, in a period like this, we're feeling that you exercise leadership, you experiment to get things under control, okay? So you often in adaptive work, you experiment to disrupt. Right now, there's so much disruption in the system that we often are experimenting right now to bring things under control. So that dynamic, I think, is really interesting to think about and to talk about. And you might think about to yourself, what do those experiments look like for you, for your organization? You also might think about, what's the right spot to be in, right? You don't want, you need some disruption for people to do the type of work they need for the adaptation. So you can't get things so under control that everybody thinks things is fine. But yet right now people are so disruptive. There's something going on there that we need to think about. So the nature of leadership experiments feel kind of flipped on their head to some degree as we think about this.